For the past decade, he has used his knowledge in geopolitics and ecology to facilitate India's ambitious plan to reduce pollution levels. Please welcome from New Delhi, India, Nitin Riker.
The colors in light purple depict the intensity, severity of droughts. In India, you find northern parts of India having a drought potential from the time period of 2060 to 2069. Well, you're all from Delhi here, I presume, so you already know that the temperature was at an all-time high. And if you get a chance to visit the Indian Meteorological Department's website, they have a very good report on the annual climate report. And they too, that 2010 was the warmest year ever since 1901. So let's take a solemn pledge and dedicate our energies for this global cause.
Please welcome explorer and environmentalist advocate Philippe Cousteau. Professor of Paleoclimatologist Stephen Pickard from Queen's College. Associate Professor in the Department of Meteorology and Climate Science at the San Jose University, Mr. Eugene Cordero. And Managing Director of Barclays Capital and Climate Reality Board member, Ted Roosevelt IV.
When we talk about climate, oftentimes in the halls of academia, I think it's easy for people to forget what climate means. It means our weather, it means our precipitation, agriculture, food. It means the livelihoods of people around the world, and certainly in places like India and Southeast Asia.
Climate changes throughout history, throughout geologic history. We see it and we know what the mechanisms are, that they occur every 20, 40, 100,000 years. We're talking about thousands of years. And it's due to changes in the shape of Earth's orbit, its tilt, and we can measure this, where we've seen it in the paleo records. But now humanity is changing climate in 100 years, 150 years. It's unprecedented. And as a matter of fact, the last time that climate changed as fast as what we're seeing today happened 65 million years ago. And that was because an asteroid actually hit the Earth and killed off the dinosaurs.
You know, science actually is a very conservative process. So no one paper is going to change the way we look at science. It's a collection of many papers and many studies.
And you do peer review also, no?
And through this peer review system, which looks at things in a very systematic way, we have come to the conclusion that humans are responsible for this change in our climate system.
Some of the critics or people who are undecided want to have conclusive proof that climate change, as if it's a geological theorem. That's hard. Can we prove the existence of gravity? No. But we certainly know it exists because it's corroborated by so much observation. I believe the same thing is true for climate change.
And ocean acidification. And it is related to climate insofar as it is a carbon issue. But it's an equally insidious challenge that we face. And already, with respect to ocean health, the oceans become more acidic. And as they become more acidic, it means that all those little animals who like to build shells, coral, oysters, shrimp, clams, krill, the bottom of the food chain creatures, literally the acidity in the ocean prevents them from binding the calcium carbonate molecules, creating their shells, and from surviving. And that's scary because it threatens the entire food chain, basis of the food chain, and many interval bases of the food chain throughout the oceans.
The global stock of arable land in China and in India, and in fact, for that matter, in the United States, is decreasing. That means there will be less food that these countries will be able to grow. That's a strategic risk which could result in political unrest.
At least the developed countries can spend trillions of dollars to adapt. The poorer countries will not be able to adapt as well because they don't have the trillions of dollars to spend.
Yes.
And so, so we have a situation now where we're going to be seeing vegetation belts migrate toward the higher latitudes. And I tell my students, I say, well, you know, unless we want to give Canadian citizenship to our Nebraska farmers, we should be thinking about climate change and just not adaptation, but also mitigation.